6:53. Welcome back to our good friend Elia Saikaly, who's here, filmmaker, expedition, all-around good guy. He's used to work here some time ago.
Yeah, over 10 years ago.
That's right. Dan Hopkins is the expedition co-leader. Hi, Dan. How are you? Good to have you on the program. It's the Denali 2013 Centennial climb.
Yeah.
This is not just any other climb. No, well, you don't usually go on just any climb. You're making films and doing your thing, and you've been with Elia before doing these things, right?
Yeah, a few things.
This is a special historical sort of thing that you're up to now, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is something that's been in the works for the past 5 years now.
Yeah, past 5 years. We've been working on this.
Yeah, this is so it's the 100th anniversary of the first successful ascent of the highest mountain in North America.
Right.
And what's really cool is that Dan's great-great-uncle was the man who put the whole thing together.
Yes.
So what we've done is we've assembled a team of bloodline descendants. So on the 100th anniversary, retracing their forefathers' footsteps, same route, same path, right to the highest point in North America.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is Mount McKinley, by the way, otherwise known as the Denali, right?
Yeah, otherwise known as Denali.
Yeah.
So.
And your great-great-uncle?
Great-great-uncle was Hudson Stuck. He was the Archdeacon of Alaska back then.
So I was reading about this and going, Hudson Stuck, it's a good name.
Yeah,
solid
name.
Yeah. And he was the what? The Archdeacon
of the Yukon. He was, he was a traveler. He was a champion to the native peoples of Alaska. And 100 years ago, he organized the first successful expedition that went to the summit.
Yeah, and this is not
Denali.
Normally a place that, like the route you're taking, all that sort of thing, is not the normal.
No, very remote and dangerous.
Yeah, and I mean, Denali is a huge mountain, you know, so we're talking 20,320 feet, so highest peak in North America, arguably one of the coldest mountains on planet Earth.
Right.
And it's so physical, you know, like I've been up Everest before, and so when you go to Denali, it's a completely different beast, you know, like you're literally, you're dropped in on a glacier, you're lugging 100 pounds of gear, 50 on your back, 50 in a sled. And yeah, we're going up the north side, completely remote, you know, kind of dumped in, getting our gear in on dog sled. And of course, we'll probably have 200-300 pounds of camera gear with us as well.
Well, that's the other thing, right? This is, you're lugging around all this gear because you're making a film about this, and that adds to what you have to deal with, obviously.
Well, that's right. And you know, I think the whole point is that the film we're making is called The Untold Legend, and the whole thing is going to be broadcast to thousands of kids in Alaska.
Yeah.
And it's about an untold story, and the untold story is that of Walter Harper, who was the first man in history to put his foot on top of North America.
Right.
Nobody knows the story.
No, and you're about to tell it. We're looking at video, by the way, from some of your other films and adventures that you guys have been on. Not only are you two, you're leading the way, obviously, but 100 years ago when this expedition first took place, there was relatively, most of the people involved were inexperienced, correct?
Absolutely.
And you're kind of doing the same thing this time, aren't you?
It's pretty similar. We're climbing with 5 other guys, including the Bishop of Alaska. So it's a pretty interesting fellowship.
Now,
but Ellie
wait
and
a
I,
second. The Bishop of Alaska.
The Bishop of
How
Alaska.
do you get connected with the Bishop of Alaska through this?
Yeah, my great-uncle was the Archdeacon of Alaska back then, so he left a huge legacy. And
so they know of your great-great-uncle.
Oh, they know of him everywhere up there, and the legacy continues today. So.
And I think it's important to say that, you know, Hudson Stuck had a vision, and that vision was that a team comprised of native young men would be the first to summit. And in his ideal world, the first man in history would be a native Athabascan.
Right.
Yeah,
that wasn't a matter of convenience, right? That was a plan.
It was a plan. I mean, it unfolded in the way that it did, and I believe that, you know, a native man was supposed to be the first to the top of Denali.
Yeah, that's nice.
And you know, young people today, I mean, we all need positive role models. So our vision with this project is to put these men, you know, up on the pedestals where they belong to, show the world what they achieved.
Right.
To create a legacy project.
Yeah.
Listen, before we run out of time, when are you leaving? When does it all take place?
June 7th, 2013, on the actual day that they summited 100 years ago.
Why wouldn't you?
And it can be followed in real time on Denali2013.org for free, and it's an interactive expedition, and it's open to everybody.
I love that. Love it. Well, best of luck, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming by. Hopefully, we'll see you after. Will you come back after and see us?
You bet.
Show us some of your film and all that sort of thing.
Battle wounds.
Hanging out with the Archbishop of Alaska or whatever.